Aurelia stood in front of the mirror a little longer, not in confusion, but in acceptance. Aurelia Vance, she said the name slowly. It fits, not soft, not fragile, strong. Her gaze shifted to the dressing table. A sleek phone rested there. Without hesitation, she picked it up. Contacts, schedules, messages. This life was organized, structured, powerful. A faint smile touched her lips. This will be useful. Memories from this life continue to settle in our mind. Our family's influence, their reach, their reputation, very different from before. This time, she said quietly, I won't be overlooked. She turned and walked out of the room. Every step steady, every movement controlled. The hallway was bright and quiet. Staff members greeted her respectfully as she passed. Good morning, miss. Respect, something she hadn't felt in a long time, and she noticed it. Every detail, every tone. She was no longer invisible. Breakfast was calm, elegant. Her father sat at the table, reviewing documents, a man of few words, focused, measured. Aurelia took her seat, graceful, composed. For a moment, neither of them spoke. Then, Father, she said. He looked up. Yes, I would like to be more involved in the business. A pause. It wasn't the usual request. Why now? He asked. Aurelia met his gaze, steady. Because I'm ready. Silence lingered for a moment. Then he nodded. Very well. No argument, no doubt, just acceptance. Aurelia lowered her gaze slightly. Thank you. But inside, her thoughts were already moving. Fast, clear, focused. Pearson group. She will find them. Not as someone seeking answers, but as someone building control. Step by step. That evening, the city lights shimmered under the night sky. A high-profile gathering, important names, influential people. Aurelia stepped into the ball. Elegant, poised, unshaken. Conversation slowed, eyes torn. Who is she? Aurelia Vance. She ignored the whispers, but because the moment she entered, she felt it again. The same presence. Calm, watchful, familiar. Her steps slowed slightly. Across the room, he stood, the man from the shadows, still, composed, unmistakable. Their eyes met, and for a brief moment, everything else faded. Recognition, not from this life, but from something deeper. He began walking toward her, unhurried, certain. When he stopped in front of her, the space between them felt different. You remember, he said calmly. Aurelia studied him carefully, and you were watching, she replied. A faint expression crossed his face, not quite a smile. I was waiting. For what? She asked. For this moment. A pause. Aurelia gaze sharpened slightly. Who are you? He stepped just a little closer, his voice slow. Someone who has seen your story before. Silence. Aurelia didn't look away. Then you should know. She said calmly, this time will be different. His eyes held us. I know. A quiet understanding passed between them. Not trust, not yet. But something close to certainty. They are still out there. Aurelia said softly. Yes, he replied. Her expression didn't change. Good. A faint pause. Because I'm not the same person they once knew. He nodded slightly. That's why they won't see you coming. Aurelia turned her gaze towards the crowd. Calm, strategic. This is only the beginning. And somewhere far from where she stood, the people who once controlled her world were about to face something they never expected. Aurelia didn't rush. That was the difference between her past and now. Before she reacted, now she planned. She sat in a private study, a tablet resting in front of her. The screen displayed names, companies, connections. There it was, Pearson Group. Her eyes lingered on it for a moment. No anger, no visible emotion, just focus. They are still growing, she murmured, which meant one thing. They haven't faced any resistance yet. Aurelia leaned back slightly. Let's change that. Her fingers moved calmly across the screen. not reckless, not obvious. A small shift, a quiet adjustment, a partnership redirected, an opportunity withdrawn, a conversation rerouted. Nothing dramatic, but enough to start a ripple. This is just the beginning, she said softly, because real control wasn't loud. It was subtle and impossible to trace. Later that night, Aurelia stood on the balcony. The city light stretching endlessly before her. He was already there, as if he has always been. You move quietly, he said. She didn't turn immediately. I move carefully, she replied. A pause. Then she faced him. You said you've seen this before. I have, more than once. Yes, silence settled between them. Aurelia crossed her arms slightly, then explained something to me. His gaze remained steady. Why didn't you step in? The question lingered. Not emotional, not desperate, just direct. I couldn't, he said. Couldn't or wouldn't? A brief pause. Both. Her eyes narrowed softly. Explain. He stepped closer, his voice calm. There are rules that govern how events unfold. She didn't interrupt. If I interfere too early, he continued, your path changes. And that's a bad thing? Yes. His answer was immediate. You will remain unaware. Aurelia's expression shifted slightly. You wouldn't remember, he added. Silence. That changed everything. So I had to go through it, she said slowly. Yes, another pause. And now, she asked. Now, he replied, you are free to act. Her gaze sharpened. Good, because that was all she needed to hear.